Okay, students, good afternoon to all of you, all centers. Good afternoon, students. Am I audible? Yes, all centers. Okay, students, so we will start our class now. It's maths class for you. And in the last class, we have discussed the first chapter, that is number system. And in that number system, we have discussed surds calculation, how to rationalize the elements and all this. Okay, students. So we have, in this way, we have completed the first unit, that is number system. Okay, students. So in the chapter number system, we have discussed what is rational numbers, irrational numbers, how to write decimal numbers in the fractional format p upon q, and like this, how we can distinguish between rational numbers and irrational numbers, and finally how we can rationalize the elements. That is very important in that chapter. Okay, students. So today we will start algebra, and in algebra we will discuss polynomials. Okay, students. So we will discuss polynomials today. Okay, students. Now see, we have expression like this: x minus 2. Okay, the next statement is x square minus 2x plus 2. The next statement is x cube minus 3x square plus 2x plus 4. Next statement is x power 4 minus 4x cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 5. Okay, students. See, if you are getting algebraical format like this, the first one we are getting x minus 2, in the next we are getting x square minus 2x plus 2, in the next like this, like this. Okay, so these algebraical formats are known as polynomials. The first thing, these algebraical elements combinations known as polynomials. Okay, students. So we can notice one thing, that you can notice the index of x here. That is the power of x we are calling in local language. That is, what is power of x? So see, power of x in the first is 1. Power of x, you can see the power is 2. Here the power is 1. So at first, whether you are capable to differentiate between two things, that what is constant quantity and what is variable in this 2x. The first thing, whether you all are capable to differentiate between these or not, that in 2x which one is variable and which one is constant. Yes, students. So can you decide? In 2x,
x is variable, 2 is
fine,
constant.
x is variable and 2 is the constant quantity. Fine, students. So what we have to do exactly, that we have to notice, we have to note the power of variable. So you can see in this x minus 2, the variable term is x. Okay, and we can notice that nothing is given here. So if nothing is given, that means power is 1. Power is 1 in that case. Okay, students. Now see the second thing, x square minus 2x plus 2. So we have three terms here. The first term is x square, next one is minus 2x, and next one is plus 2. The variable is, this is x square. So the x is the variable here. So we can notice power of x. Can you notice power of x here, students? What is power of x in this term? Yes, students. Anyone? 2. Fine. In this 2x, 2 is as a constant and the variable x. So what power we are getting on x this time? Yes, students. What power of x we are getting this time? Power of x is 1, you can see.
1.
Similarly, in the next thing we have x cube, that is power of x we are getting 3. Again, in the same polynomial we are getting power of x as 2, power of x as 1, and like this in the fourth one also. So this is first thing, these combinations are known as polynomials. Now we have to understand what is degree of polynomial. What is degree of polynomial? So always remember, highest power available in a particular polynomial, highest power available in a particular polynomial given is the degree of the polynomial. Okay students, so can you decide in the last one? In the last one it is x raised to 4 minus 4x raised to cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 5. Okay students, so we have to find highest power term. So can you decide highest power term? What is highest power available in exactly? What is highest power in this, the last one? 4. So we can see highest power is 4 here. Power is 3, power 2, power 1 and power 0. It's a constant. We are not getting any power. That means x power 0. Okay. So the highest power available is 4. So we can say that degree of this polynomial is 4. Okay students. So similarly, can you decide what is highest power of this? Yes students. What is highest power in this case? 3. Fine. I am getting response from many centers.
3.
Okay. All centers, if you are getting answer whatever I am asking here, so you should message your answer. Okay. So in this case we are getting highest power as 3. So we are calling this as degree of polynomial, and in this case degree of polynomial is the highest power available in the given polynomial. So in this case highest power is 3. Now we are discussing this case. So in this condition, can you decide what is highest power available here on the variable? Yes students. In this case the highest power is 2. So degree 2. We can say degree of polynomial is 2. Now in this case what is highest power? In the first case, now we are discussing this first case. So what is highest power, student?
1.
1. So degree of polynomial in this case is 1. Now suppose we are writing 5. So what is its degree? It's a constant term. We are not having any variable here. So what should be its degree? Yes students, are you getting my question? We have a constant term 5 here and we have to find its degree. So how we can find its degree? We are not getting any variable here. So yes, very good. From many centers I am getting response here. Very good. It's in this we have degree 0. If you are not getting any variable, that means x power 0 is attached with it, and so we can call that this constant 5 having degree 0. Okay. So in this way, this is thing that is degree of polynomial. So what is degree of polynomial? It is clear now. Highest power available in the given polynomial is the degree of polynomial. Okay students. Now one thing is that regarding polynomial, that whatever power, you can notice here, whatever power we are getting in this case, you can see it's a polynomial. So you can notice that whatever power, in this case we are getting power 4. So it's a plus 4. It's a positive whole number we are getting here. This is 3. It's a positive whole number. 2 positive whole number. 1 positive whole number. 0 non-negative number. This is not exactly 0. We should write like this, 4 into x power 0. Okay. So you can notice that either we are getting power 0 on the variable or getting positive whole numbers. So you should note that index of variable, equals to non-negative integer, Are you familiar with these terms? Integer, we have already discussed this in the first unit, that is in number system. So what are integers? Positive and negative whole numbers, 1, 2, 3 like this, and -1, -2, -3, or we can write like this, 0, plus -1, plus -2, plus -3. These are integers. Okay students. So index of variable should be non-negative integer. That means it must be non-negative. Non-negative means either 0 or positive integer. So you can see either 0 or positive integer we are getting here. So in this way, if I will ask you whether x power -4 minus 3x power 3, whether it's a polynomial or not. Yes students, so can you check that whether the given expression is polynomial or not? Yes, all centers?
No.
Why? Because for polynomials, index of variables should be non-negative integer. Now the next case is that suppose we have x power half minus 2x cube plus 3x square, whether it's a polynomial or not. Yes, students? This time we are getting positive power half, no problem, but it is not a non-negative integer. It's not satisfying our criteria that for a polynomial, index of variables should be non-negative integer. We are not getting it a non-negative integer, it's a fractional quantity, so it's not a polynomial. Okay students, so it's very important concept about polynomial checkup, that whether the given algebraic expression is polynomial or not, that is index of variable equals to non-negative integer in case of polynomial. So you should note it, students. In case of polynomial, okay students, so it's very important thing regarding polynomial that index of variable should be non-negative integer. All of you can note these things here. Okay students, so now see, now we will discuss different types of polynomials. Different types of
Sir, excuse me, sir.
yes students.
Sir, can you prove how, sir, x raised to the power 0 is equal to 1?
Yes students, what are you saying?
Sir, prove that, sir, x raised to the power 0 is equal to 1.
Okay, suppose we are saying that we have a quantity x here, okay, and it is sure that this x is a real number, whatever be, this time unknown, we are not knowing exactly what is its value, that's why we are calling it a variable here. So it's a fixed quantity, okay, and always remember any fixed quantity power 0, so it's a definition that we have to consider it as 1. It's a definition. Any, suppose 2 power 0, this is also 1, a power 0, this is also 1, y power 0, it is 1, b power 0, it is 1, okay. So whatever be the quantity, if you are getting a quantity and that power 0, then we have to treat it as 1. It's a definition wise. Okay students. Now see, we have to discuss different types of polynomials. Okay, so the different types are linear polynomial, So when we will call that a given polynomial is the linear, okay, that means if the degree of polynomial is 1, then it's a linear polynomial. Suppose we are considering case 2x minus 3. In this case, degree of the polynomial is 1. Degree of polynomial equals to 1. Degree of polynomial equals to 1 we are getting here. Okay, suppose minus 5x plus 2 we are getting. In this case also degree of polynomial is 1. Suppose we are getting only minus 7x. So degree of polynomial equals to 1 we are getting. So all such cases in which we are getting degree of polynomial equals to 1 is known as linear polynomial. Okay students. So now see, quadratic polynomial. Quadratic, it's the unique name for some cases. Quadratic polynomial. If degree of polynomial equals to 2, if degree of polynomial equals to 2, then we will call that polynomial as quadratic polynomial. For example, x square minus 2x plus 3. You can note the degree is 2. Degree means highest power available on the variable. So this is quadratic polynomial. Next thing is the cubic polynomial and biquadratic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. Okay students, so what is cubic polynomial? If degree of polynomial equals to 3, if degree of polynomial equals to 3, then we are calling that as a cubic polynomial. For example 3, for example we can say here x cube minus 3x square plus 2x plus 5. In this polynomial the degree is 3, so this is cubic polynomial. Next thing is that biquadratic polynomial. These are different names and very basic things which you should know. That's why I am discussing it here. Biquadratic polynomial. So if degree of polynomial equals to 4, if degree of polynomial equals to 4, then we are calling that the given polynomial is the biquadratic polynomial. For example, suppose we have x power 4 minus 3x cube plus 2x square plus 5. Okay students, so in this case degree of polynomial is 4. So we have discussed these 4 standard cases, that is what is linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, and what we mean by biquadratic polynomial. Okay students, these are very simple cases. Okay, now
Excuse me, sir.
yes students.
Sir, what if the degree is 5?
Yes, degree of,
Sir, if degree is 5,
that is degree 5 only, and we have only these 4 standard cases what we have to discuss. Okay, you should not remember only a special name for degree 5. Further we will call at degree 5 terms, degree 6 terms. In usual practice we have to discuss these terminologies, that what is cubic, what is biquadratic, what is quadratic, and what is the linear format. Okay students, we will simply, you can call it as degree 5 polynomials. Now see, now what we have to see, that suppose it is given that x power 5 minus 2x plus 3x square minus 5x cube plus 3x power 4 plus 3. We have to write this polynomial in a standard format. What is a standard format and how we can write it in a standard format? The standard format means it's a given polynomial and we have to write it in a standard format. That means in decreasing power of variable we have to write it. So at first we have to write the maximum power terms. So maximum power is on x power 5. Okay, we have to write it in a standard format. So what is a standard format? We have to write this in decreasing order. Okay, so now see, after power 5 we have to search for that whether we have any term consisting of power 4 in this. So you can see that it's power 1 term, power 2, power 3, power 4 term we are here. So after this term we have to write this power 4 term. So this is a standardization, 3x power 4. Then we have to write cubic terms. See, we have a cubic term here. So write minus 5x cube, and then a square term plus 3x square, then linear term minus 2x, and finally we have to write the constant one. So it is the way how we have to write the given polynomial in a standard format. That is, we have to write in a definite pattern, that is in a decreasing power of x. So this is a standardization. Now see, now we will indicate this polynomial by symbol fx. Suppose we have fx equals to x square minus 2x plus 3. So in this time we will represent this on the left hand side by a symbol fx. We are calling it, this is a function of x square minus 2x plus 3. If we are changing our variable here, suppose y square minus 2y plus 3, then we will indicate it by f of y. Okay students, this is very important here. Now see, next thing is that if we are writing it as u square minus 2u plus 3, then we will represent it by f of u. Okay students, if you can write it as b square minus 2b plus 3, then we can represent it by f of b. Okay, so it's the representation, in this way we can represent it. Now see, the thing is that we have to discuss here value of polynomial. So what we mean by value of polynomial? Value of polynomial we have to discuss here. Okay students, see, suppose it's a given polynomial fx equals to x square minus 2x plus 3. We have to find its value at x equals to 1. So if we are calling that value of polynomial at x equals to 1, okay, that means we have to put x equals to 1 here. So f of 1 you will get, and that is x equals to 1 square minus 2 into 1 plus 3. So we are getting value of the polynomial at x equals to 1. Okay students, suppose we have to find value of the polynomial at x equals to 2. Okay students, so you can put x equals to 2 here. So f of 2 we will get as x equals to 2 square minus 2 into 2 plus 3. Okay, in this way, suppose we have to find value of the given polynomial at x equals to 5. So you can put x equals to 5 both sides. You will get f of 5, and that is equals to 5 square minus 2 into 5 plus 3. Fine students. Now suppose we have to find what is value of polynomial at x equals to 0. Then we can put x equals to 0 both sides. So you will get f of 0. Okay students, and then we have to put x equals to 0 both sides. So this is x equals to 0, 0 square minus 2 into 0 plus 3. So as output you will get it as 0 minus 0 plus 3. We are getting 3. So in this way, this is value of polynomial. So what we mean exactly by value of polynomial? See, it's a given polynomial. We are representing it by fx. Now we have to find its value at x equals to 1, at x equals to 2, x equals to 5, x equals to 0. So in this way, by putting x equals to 1 both sides, x equals to 2 both sides, x equals to 5 both sides, x equals to 0 both sides, we can find its value. Okay students, so it's the value of polynomial. Okay students, so now see, suppose we have fx equals to 3x cube minus 2x plus 1. Hello? Yes? I am not getting your voice. Yes, students?
What does X denote? What does X denote, sir?
X is the variable here. X is the variable.
F of friend.
Okay, see, it's f of x here. That indicates we are writing this polynomial in terms of x. Further you will study that this is function of x. Okay students, this f of x means for this is function of x. We are calling it exactly as function of x. Now what is function? We will study it later in the earlier in the next class. When you will go to class 11, 12, you will study about this term function. For the time being, just remember that we are expressing this quantity, right hand side quantity, in terms of x. That's why we are calling it f of x. This is function of x. Okay students, suppose we are expressing the same quantity in terms of u. We are expressing this quantity in terms of u. Then you can write it as f of u, and this time we will write it as 3u cube minus 2u plus 1. So what we mean by this f of u, that is we are expressing this polynomial this time in terms of u. F of u means we are expressing polynomials whatever be on the right hand side in terms of u. So you are getting f of u equals to 3u cube minus 2u plus 1. Okay students, suppose we are expressing this in terms of a. So f of a that is we are expressing the given polynomial now in terms of a. So we are getting f of a now as 3a cube minus 2a plus 1. Okay students, so this is meaning for this f of x, f of u and f of a. Now see, suppose f of x is given as 3x cube minus 2x plus 1. Okay students, so at first what is degree of this polynomial? Yes students, anyone can reply me, what is degree of this polynomial? Fine, from one center I am getting this response here 3. So center coordinator, you should provide mic to the students. Fine, okay. So now say from many centers I am getting response for this, that is 3. Very good students. Suppose we have to find value of fx. Suppose it's a question that find value of given polynomial. Find value of given polynomial at x equals to 2. Okay students, suppose it's your question that we have to find value of given polynomial at x equals to 2. Okay, so what we have to do now, as I have explained you already, that if we have to find value of polynomial at a given value of x, so this time at x equals to 2 we have to find value of this polynomial. That means we have to put x equals to 2 both sides. So if you will put x equals to 2 both sides, you will get f of 2. That means we are converting this polynomial now at x equals to 2. So we have to put x equals to 2 both sides. So you will get 3 into 2 cube minus 2 into 2 plus 1. Whatever we are getting after calculation, that is value of this polynomial at x equals to 2, and this represents it, that is value of the polynomial at x equals to 2. So f of 2, that is value of the polynomial at x equals to 2, we are getting a 3 into whatever be, this is 8 minus 4 plus 1. Okay students, so you will get whatever after calculation, that is 24 minus 4 plus 1, so you will get it as 21. Okay students, so in this way, okay, very good, from one center I am getting response for this 21. Very good students, fine. So all other centers, this is way how we can how we are calling that what is value of polynomial and how we can find value of the polynomial. These are very basic things. We are starting this chapter today, so we are discussing these things, what is value of polynomial and how we can find value at the given value. So in this way now it is clear that what is value of polynomial and how we can find value of the polynomial at different x. This time x equals to 2. So we may have to find at x equals to 5, at x equals to 1, at x equals to 0, like this. So we can find now value of the polynomial. Okay students. Now see, the next thing we have to do is that how we can find and what is root of polynomial. Root of polynomial. Okay students, root of polynomial. Okay, so suppose it is given that fx equals to x square plus x minus 2. Fine students, this time we have a polynomial in terms of x that represents this left hand side f of x, which is equals to x square plus x minus 2. Now we have to find root of polynomial. So what we mean by first, what is root of polynomial? Suppose we can put value of x, we are getting 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, okay, and you will get the negative integers minus 1 minus 2 minus 3, like this. Okay, so we have to put some values of x here both sides, and if by putting some values of x we are getting output as 0, okay, so suppose we are putting x equals to 1 this time, so x equals to 1 both sides, so what we will get, 1 square plus 1 minus 2, so you are getting it as 1 plus 1 2 minus 2, we are getting output 0. Okay students, suppose we are putting x equals to 2, you will get 2 square plus 2 minus 2, that is 4 plus 0, we are getting output 4. So in the first case output is 0, In the second case, output is not 0. So in such cases, when we will get output 0, then that value of x, this time we are putting x equals to 1. So suppose by putting some value in this polynomial, we are getting output 0, then that value is known as root of polynomial. Okay students, suppose by putting some other value of x, we are not getting output as 0, it's a non-zero output. So we will not call x equals to 2 as the root of equation. So this time we are putting two values here, one is x equals to 1 we are putting, and another one is x equals to 2. So students, can you answer me? We are putting two values of x equals to 1, we are getting output 0, and second time we are putting x equals to 2 in this polynomial and we are getting output non-zero. So whether x equals to 1 is the root of the polynomial or x equals to 2 is the root of the polynomial, we have to decide it. Yes students, so can you decide which one is the root of the polynomial, x equals to 1 or x equals to 2? Yes students, from all centers, can you decide now? X equals to 1 is the root of the polynomial or x equals to 2 is the root of the polynomial? Okay, very good. From many centers I am getting a response for this, that x equals to 1 is the root of the polynomial. Fine, thank you students. So see how we can decide that whether the given value is the root of the polynomial or not. Okay students, so I am explaining it again because I am not getting response from many centers. So see, if by putting some values of x, if you are getting output 0, then this is root of the polynomial, then that value is known as the root of the polynomial. Suppose by putting some other value, suppose we are putting 2 here, we are not getting output 0, then this is not the root of the polynomial. Suppose now we are putting some value of x like minus 2. Okay students, so if you will put minus 2, what you will get now? Minus 2 square plus minus 2 minus 2. So this is minus 2 square, that means 4, and this is plus minus minus 2 minus 2. So we are getting it as 4 minus 4, we are getting output 0 this time. Okay students, so the output is 0, that means again we can say that x equals to minus 2 is root of the equation. Okay, because for x equals to minus 2 we are getting output 0 here. Okay students, so x equals to minus 2 we are getting here, x equals to minus 2, and that is we can say root of the given polynomial. So in this case we are getting two roots of the polynomial, x equals to 1 and x equals to minus 2. Okay students, so now I think that it is clear to you that how we can check that whether the given value is the root of the polynomial or not. Okay students, now next thing is that how we can decide that how many roots we will get for the given polynomial. Suppose we have to find how many polynomial we will get, how many roots we will get for the given polynomial. We will get for the given polynomial. Okay students, so the number of roots equals to number of degree. Always remember students, number of possible roots, equals to degree of the polynomial, Okay students, so in this case degree of the polynomial, you can see the degree of polynomial is 2, so maximum number of possible roots is equals to degree of the polynomial, that is in this case number of possible roots. Can you say students, so in this case how many real roots, how many roots we will get, in fact number of possible roots in this case? Yes, all centers. So according to this definition, number of possible roots equals to degree of the given polynomial. Okay students, so how many roots we are getting for this polynomial? Can you answer me? Yes students.
Two. Hello. Part 2.
Yes, students, I am getting your answer. Fine, very good. Very good. From many centers, I am getting this response.
2.
Yes, very good. Now, suppose we have fx equals to x power 4 minus 3x cube plus 2x square plus 5. In this case, how many roots we will get in this case, students? According to the definition, number of possible roots equals to degree of the polynomial. And very good. Now fine. Now it is clear that you have proper idea what is root of polynomial and how you can find number of possible roots. So students, always remember that number of possible roots equals to degree of the given polynomial. So we cannot get 5 roots for this because the degree is 4. So maximum value we are getting number of possible roots is 4 only. We cannot get more than 4 roots for this given equation. So now I am giving you one problem here. If x equals to 4 upon 3 is a root of the polynomial, f of x equals to 6x cube minus 11x square plus kx minus 20. Okay, then find the value of k. Then find the value of k. Okay students, so at first note this question, that is, it is given that if x equals to 4 upon 3 is a root of the polynomial fx equals to 6x cube minus 11x square plus kx minus 20, then we have to find the value of k then. Okay, so now students, you have the idea about that what is root of the polynomial and what we mean by, suppose it is given that x equals to 4 upon 3 and it's a root of the polynomial, then what you mean by that? Suppose it is given that any quantity is a root of the polynomial, then if we will put that quantity in the polynomial, output should be 0. Fine students, so this time it is given that x equals to 4 upon 3 is a root of the given polynomial. That means that if we will put x equals to 4 upon 3, then output of the polynomial should be 0. Okay students, so now see, 6 into x cube, at x we have to put 4 upon 3. So 4 upon 3 cube minus 11x square, that is 4 upon 3 square plus kx, that is k into 4 upon 3 minus 20. And by putting x equals to 4 upon 3, as it is given that it's a root of the polynomial, so output should be 0. So the output you should indicate 0 here. Now we can notice that we are getting here value. This right hand side output is 0. That is, you are getting here 6 into 4 upon 3 cube minus 11 into 4 upon 3 square plus k into 4 upon 3 minus 20 equals to 0 we are getting. So simply you have to simplify this, you will get the value of k, because in this problem we have to find the value of k. Okay, all centers, just try to find value of k in this case. Yes students, whether you are getting meaning for this x equals to 4 upon 3 or not. So this time it is given that x equals to 4 upon 3 is a root of the polynomial. So now you are well familiar with this word root of the polynomial. What we mean by this root of the polynomial? That means if you will put this value in the given polynomial, then output should be 0. Okay, that is root of the polynomial. So we are doing same thing. X equals to 4 upon 3 we are putting now. So x equals to 4 upon 3 we are getting this statement, but k is unknown here. We don't know what is value of k, but the output equals to 0, that is sure. Why? Because it's the root of the polynomial. So whatever number it is given that if it's a root of the polynomial, then output equals to 0. So output equals to 0. Okay students, we have to find value of k. Now you can simplify it and you will get some values for k. Okay, fine. For one center I am getting response for this, that is 19. That's the right answer. Very good students. Fine, very good. All other students just try to find answer for this. Okay students, from one center I am getting response for this, that is 19. That's the right answer. So all other centers, just try to find answer for it. You can simplify it. You will get a next step it as 6 into and 4 cube. Okay, so you will get it as 64 upon 27 minus 11 into 16 upon 9 plus 4k upon 3 minus 20 equals to 0 we are getting here. Okay students, you can take LCM and you can simplify it. Yes, all centers, try to simplify it and find the answer.
Minus 36.
You will get k equals to 19. Okay students, all centers, try to find it.
Minus 0.56.
The right answer is k equals to 19. Finally, you will get k equals to 19. Is the value for k, and we have to find k this time. You can see k we have here. Yes. So you can take LCM for 3, 9 and 27. That is, you will get 27 here. Okay, and in this way simplify it. It's simple. The simplification part you can do it. Okay students, so I am waiting for your response whether you are getting k equals to 19 or not. Yes students, all centers, try to find it.
Sir, can you give solvent?
Okay students, so now see we are getting this here. So you can take LCM and you will get this as 27. Okay, and before taking LCM you can further simplify it somewhat. You can take 4 common. You can see here this is 64, 16, 4 and 20. So for simplification we can take 4 common first. So see, if you will take 4 common, so what we will get then? This is 6 into and 64. After taking 4 common, we will get it as 16 upon 27. In the next step, if you will take 4 common, then you will get this as minus 11, and this 16 is 4 into 4. We are taking 4 common, so we will get 4 here. So 11 into 4 upon 9 you will get. Fine. Further, we are taking 4 common here, so we will get it as k upon 3 only. Why? Because we have taken 4 common outside. 4 outside. Okay, so this is k upon 3 only. Now from this term we are taking 4 common, so you will get it as minus 5 equals to 0. Okay students, are you getting these things? How we are taking this 4 common in this? Is it clear to all of you? For this simplification, at first we have to check that whether we are having any common terms or not. It makes your calculation simple. Okay students, so the first thing is that from the numerator part we have considered 4 as common. Okay, so this is 16 into 4. We are taking this 4 common, so you will get only 16 here. That's what we are writing here, 6 into 16 upon 27. Similarly, this is 4 into 4. So after taking 4 common, you will get only 1 4 here. So the remaining quantity is minus 11 into 4 upon 9. Then after taking this 4 common, you will get it as plus k upon 3 only. And this is minus 20 this time. After taking 4 common, you will get minus 5 only. Fine students, is it clear? Now see further, we can write it here. So this is 4 common, we can transfer it to the right hand side, it becomes 0. So you will get terms here 6 into 16 upon 27 minus, and this is 11 into 4, 44 upon 9 plus k upon 3 minus 5 equals to 0 we are getting here. Okay students, now further you can simplify this. This is 2 and this is 9. If you will cancel these 2 terms with 3, then you can see that this is 2 times 6 and 9 times 27. So in this way, in the next step you will get 16 into 2, that is 32 upon 9 minus 44 upon 9 plus k upon 3 minus 5 equals to 0 we are getting here. Okay students, so now it's very simple from this step. Now it's very, if you compare this step with this step, it's a simple one. See how we are getting this simple step, just by taking 4 common and simplifying this. So we are getting this step. Okay students, so now you can take LCM here at this stage. Okay, so students, if you are getting answer then fine, otherwise I will solve it. All centers, are you getting answer k equals to 19?
Yeah, we got the answer.
Okay, fine. Very good. Okay, so in this way it is clear that so I am giving you next problem now. The next problem is, if x equals to 2 and x equals to 0 are roots of the polynomials, fx equals to 2x cube minus 5x square plus ax plus b, then find the values of a and b.
Question.
Find the values of a. Okay students, so it's the next problem.
Question.
Yes students, so it's the next problem here. It is given that if x equals to 2 and x equals to 0 are roots of these polynomials, fx equals to 2x cube minus 5x square plus ax plus b. Okay, then we have to find the values of a and b. Again this time we have to use the concept what we are calling that roots of the polynomial. That is, when we will put x equals to 2 in this polynomial, output should be 0. In that case we are calling that the given number is the root of the equation. And the next thing is that x equals to 0. When you will put x equals to 0, again you should get the output 0. In this way you will get the two equations, solving which you will get the values of a and b. Okay students, so try to find answer for this problem. We have to find values of a and b in this case. So I am waiting for your response. Now it is clear that what is root. Suppose we are putting some values of x, and in this case it is given that we have to put x equals to 2 and x equals to 0. Okay, so by putting that value the output should be 0. Fine, and by doing this you will get the two equations, solving which we are getting answers for a and b. Yes students, all centers, I am waiting for your response that what should be the answer in this case. Okay, so suppose we are putting x equals to 2 here, so you will get f of 2 equals to 2x cube, that is 2 into 2 cube minus 5x square, so 5 into 2 square plus x, that is a into 2 plus b. The first thing you will get it 0. Fine students. Similarly you have to put x equals to 0, so you will get, if you will putting x equals to 0 here, so these terms will collapse, 0 0 0, you will get b only, b, and the output should be 0. Why? Because it is given that x equals to 0 is the root of the equation, and we know that definition of the root, that is by putting x equals to some elements that is given in this problem, then output should be 0. So in this way you can see we are getting b equals to 0 here. So we are getting one answer for b, that is b equals to 0. Now we have to use this answer in the first equation in order to get the value of a. Okay students, so from some centers I am getting values of a and b here, that is b equals to 0 and a equals to 2 we should get. Okay students, so b equals to 0 is the right answer, but we are not getting a equals to 4, it should be a equals to 2. Okay students, so you should check your answer. Okay, so by solving this you will get a equals to 2. So in this way we are getting answer for this question, a equals to 2 and b equals to 0. Okay students, it's time up now. So thank you very much all centers. Class is over now. All centers please message your attendance. Kindly send your attendance. Thank you very much. Class is over now.